Good evening. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Loxley, Sailor of Strategy, the Capering Card Shark, the board game goat. Hope you're all well. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're well. I slightly got the order wrong there, so it's clearly one of those days on a Friday. I don't usually stream on a Friday, so I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for joining me, if you are. Either if you're a returning regular viewer, or if you're watching for the first time. This is not going to be something regular. I do not regularly stream on Fridays, so the next couple of weeks might be a little bit different. Basically, I usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, but for the last week and for the next few weeks, I'm probably going to not be able to do my Saturday stream due to traveling, due to visiting family, etc., etc. So I'm kind of moving things around. I did this week's Hollow Knight stream, my Saturday Nights Alright for Fighting stream, when on Tuesday, and then yesterday we did more Disco Elysium. Perfect timing, yes. Hello, Kale. How you doing? Hope you're well. Thank you for joining me this evening. It's a delight to hang out with you. I notice on Steam that you are under the my friends who have played recently for Disco Elysium. You wrote productively today. Congratulations. I'm really happy. I hope it's going well. Yeah, I kind of left this. You played yesterday. Where did you get to? I'm curious. Or you like, I'm just going to throw myself into like the last time I played. Because that is like, that would be the most immersive, is like to leave a save for like a year, forget everything about this game, and come in. You're amnesiac about playing your amnesiac cop. You are buffs. You're playing Himbo Harry. Nice. I hope that's fun. Would you like Kale? Can I tell you something deep? Would you like to know the most horrible irony? The worst irony? The most and worst irony, Kale? I'm going to tell you anyway, as we go into Disco Elysium, because you know how drama is my lens to which to see the world. Yours is physical instrument. Nice. Okay, so the last few streams, you probably have noticed, whenever I get like I pick up an item or I get a level, there is just like a bunch of character mess that pops up on the screen, and I've realised that's because I had the dyslexic font on. Because for whatever reason, the dyslexic font is not optimized for the pop-ups, thereby making it less accessible for people who have dyslexia. Which, you thought it was like that on purpose? I'm pretty certain it's not. Like, I've got it off for the time being, and I have, like, seen it. We will have a look, but I'm pretty sure it's not, Kale. I'm pretty sure that's meant to be actual information that's being provided. We do have brain damage. It's true. As a character, we do have brain damage. I'm not disputing it is, but if the next time we get a level, it comes up with clear text, that suggests it's not is not an in-game mechanic. It's just bad UI implementation. Anyway, we were chatting
Tequila Sunset
with our friend Idiot Doom Spiral. We've been a bit of a buzzkill because I had to end the stream, but you know what? I am not done with this guy. I'm deeply curious. We actually had a pretty successful stream yesterday for a given value of successful, because oh god, we're a disaster. We're a goddamn disaster. On the one hand, we found the car that we've been tracking since one of the early streams. We found our badge. The bad news is that the car that was driven hectically across a river was crashed into the ice, and also mine, and the badge was inside the car. It was kind of... We're a fucking disaster. We did find somewhere to live, though, that doesn't actually require us to pay for things. Hey, sorry for being a buzzkill earlier. I'll supply the booze if you supply the stories.
Wonderful.
I've got some sweet Commodore Red.
Classy.
Yep, there we go. There we go. Item lost. That was clear information. It's just bad UI design, Kale. It's just bad UI design. Oops. Can't believe your what do when your accessibility settings actually make the game less accessible. Jeez, it's not good. It's not a good look. He snatches the bottle, pushes the cork through the bottleneck.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
One of the other bums interjects.
Don't call Abigail.
I'm going to guess this guy is not going to give me a huge amount of information.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George. But around here, you already know.
Yeah.
I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder/junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
Rich Bellend, gotcha.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff.
You invested in Bitcoin. Sending some sowing and reaping.
I developed the paradigm.
Oh, this is
worked
so...
within the paradigm. But the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
How many people did you have working for you?
22 full-time employees. An all-star team.
Okay.
A potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
Did the jogging help? Where did he work? A creative services agency? Like, as far as I'm aware, that's just an ad company. Yeah, and he had a contract with the insurance firm. I'm pretty sure he just works at an ad company. Did he work in the curse? Oh, you mean literally?
It did. With my trusty Sansariq tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
They mention a concept agency?
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
I mean, is it possible? I mean, would he have worked there? I mean, this guy does not strike me as somebody who was running a creative consultant business that had contracts with an insurance firm out of Revachol. Like, that doesn't seem to be the kind of place this is.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see? At least, that was the plan.
Okay.
I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
Okay, it was pissing you down whilst you were jogging. I am British. I have experienced these things.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless.
Are we arriving at a point with this?
Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
Ouch.
Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up.
Yeah.
So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
How?
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
Why were those two things on the same keyring and not on the same... Like, why do you apparently have multiple keyrings?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them,
Sounds like a good time.
especially since I was known to be one of the best.
At selling lingerie and strap-ons? They were all on one keyring, but he took off the keys he thought he needed to put them in separate pockets. Okay, yeah, that does track. That's fair.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Or indeed the edible underwear.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in.
This is truly the greatest tale of woe I've ever heard.
Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this.
You couldn't have just hired a locksmith.
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
It is yeah, or called the landlord. Well, that's assuming he didn't own. Or like, I don't know, waited till one of your neighbors came out. Is that it? I feel like there are some steps missing.
Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now.
Wait, so you're in theory still rich? Like, you just don't have access to your shit?
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Yes.
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me, so they tossed me in jail for 2 days. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen.
Yeah, you do realize all of this... you got one hell of a story? No.
I don't remember you being such a dick before, Tequila.
He takes a low despondent sip from his bottle, then looks out across the bay towards the skyscrapers of La Delta.
That doesn't mean you're wrong, though. Anyway, that was all the tale one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
Why do you keep losing all your
fucking
stuff?
question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece Lycra tracksuit?
Okay, 2 points. One, those are two separate parts of a track. Those are two separate tracksuit parts. They clearly do not match. Two, you had like a Samsara tracksuit earlier. So what the hell are you talking about? This is clearly. I could pick apart your story too easily, buddy.
I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment.
Could they not
even a
help
nicer
you?
Piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me.
Lycra is the material, Samsara is the creator. Oh, possibly.
Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
What was the name of your
My
agency?
agency. Man. The Boom Boom Room.
Oh, sweet Christ.
Our concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing. The color red, breasts, and oil painting. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high-concept cultural incubator called Thin Air.
Which is where all the money
artists were
disappeared
happy,
to.
The clients were happy.
This guy deserved to fail.
I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language.
Uh-huh.
But then it all went to shit.
If it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't.
Mixing oil painting and breasts to make ads isn't high art, it's just cynical wankery. High and low commodifying culture. Yeah, it just sounds like this is cynical wankery.
Well, you know, sex sells. That's the first rule of advertising.
Maybe it's still tired. Oh, by the way, I should mention some of the things I've got. Last stream I got Goodest of the Good Cops. I got him to really trust me, which is delightful. I also just got Il Copo dell'Arte, which is say 5 art cop lines. Still tired.
Maybe you're right. Who knows? Maybe we were behind the curve? We were fucking rich, though. That much I know.
Okay, what's up with the tracksuit?
What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before? Go on. Feel that primo material. Pretty nice, huh? This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly.
Ah.
Good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like
Oh no, my
rubbing
morale.
two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for
Oh,
having
God.
touched it.
That was a really bad fail.
Randomized trials have also found Lycra, TM, to be associated with a number of exotic, highly malignant cancers. So you also have that to look forward to.
Oh god, it's wearable asbestos.
And then there's the smell. But you don't even want to think about that.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it.
I feel decidedly non-lucky. I need to heal my morale real bad. Yeah, I do.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them any time. My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're exactly what they look like.
Hey, tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
Don't call Abigail.
And this is Abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together.
Okay, I want to steal your lost jacket.
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my Lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Okay, sure, why not?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish.
Okay.
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it. I'm all ears, Tequila.
Well, what did it look like, idiot? That's a very good point. Okay. You know what? I think... Oh, we can't go down that way. Do you guys have much dialogue? I'm really curious. I guess you
Good
don't...
to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
Good to see you
So
too.
what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
That's quite the business venture.
Oh. The system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard.
That is a visual.
You see, friend, man makes his own luck. And I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor exquise. Sold 2 to the fellows around here, and immediately invested the profit.
In narcotics.
Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now. I got everyone on my hook.
Right.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
Of course, of course, of course. It is what it is, you know. What it's always been. people, buddy boy. It's the people.
I mean, at least he's more succinct. Why does the bottle of spirits cost 300?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
Okay.
You know, it's funny, actually.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is?
What?
What do you mean, what? What did you think was funny earlier?
This guy.
Where'd you get the bottle of spirits
This
from?
is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it. I got
Right.
one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink. Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
What?
It was. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing.
Oh, God.
Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
Have they no shame for taking money for a service they provide?
But the idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology.
Oh,
I know
no.
what doctors use to preserve dead thingies.
Oh, God.
It's like 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila. What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, I feel better about myself by comparison. I'm not this much of a disaster. I'm pretty sure I'm seeing a glimpse into the future, but...
2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
3 real?
3 real and
Sure.
it's yours, friend. The deal...
That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now.
Okay, let's go for it.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
Son, you will not kill yourself with this. Not today. So we're going to store this as a sellable item. Go sell it at the pawn shop for a profit.
Fair.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
Honestly, I feel like I'm saving that guy from himself there. What's your deal?
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Who is Abigail?
Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
Physical instrument just beat the shit out of electrochemistry to tell you
You're
no.
not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
How fucked up this guy is makes sense, yeah.
Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this guy's a little too drunk.
Don't call Abigail!
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
That just, I can tell that's going to be a
He
terrible
waves
idea.
his hand as if shooing you away. All the
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me? Abigail?
Okay.
Don't call Abigail.
Okay. Well then. Right, I'm going to run back to the town. Because as we point out, because I do not currently have, oh, who are you? I don't currently have any way to heal my morale. So I'm slightly terrified about talking to anybody. And, yeah, I also, I now have my badge, so I can speak to the representative, the labor negotiations representative from Wild Pines. The one who looks like Thatcher. I will say, to a degree, the topography of this place is a little nightmarish. Because sometimes it's really hard to work out what you can and can't get into.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure, let me have a look.
Okay.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Limited will do it for six real. Sure, it's a profit. I can also get rid of this, and I mean this just looks like stuff you can sell. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of wary because anything that involves like this feels like, I don't know. It feels like the gun and the canister might be useful down the road. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Another time, perhaps.
Bye. Oh wait, no. Hang on.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves.
Yep, we're gonna buy
And
this.
here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
I mean, considering the only other thing I'm saving up for is the Dungeons and Dragons equivalent in this world. Yeah, I don't really have any need for money, so I might as well get what I need. Oh, yeah, sorry, morale. Morale health, morale. Moralth, yes. Is it in here? I think it's in here.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay, let's take one of
Okay,
these.
Here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Oh, okay, that's actually... Oh, that works out much cheaper. Okay, cool. Well, let's take one of those, and you know what? I'll buy another.
Here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
This is just booze.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent.
Sure, why not? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, now we're cooking with gas. Right. Let's go and look super professional with our badge and our bow tie and talk to the woman. You got the raincoat and successfully did not throw up when looking at the body and felt very special and cool for it. Nice. Congrats. Proud of you. Oi, Thatcher.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I found my
love you
badge.
did. Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
Yeah.
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant.
Oh, for
In the
goodness
absence
sake.
of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them. My plan is to share information.
Oh, for
The
fuck's
only
sake.
way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will, because let me tell you, we are in dire waters.
Meaning, the information she has will raise the stakes in this game.
The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps?
Nope. Well, that was a fucking waste of time. just fucking arsehole. Well, I'm going to continue searching for the Hardy girl in the south of the city. That's just... I mean, I'm not sure what I expected. Like, I probably should have expected the goalposts to move. Like, yeah, probably should have expected that. That was not a well thought out thing. Like, why would I trust these people? They've done nothing to indicate that I should trust them. They've just kind of bitched and complained about each other, and yeah, they've been absolutely fucking useless to a man. The only person who's actually given me substantive information is the Twink, and even that's barely anything. So yes, I'm done being a pawn with these assholes. I'm going to go and put Kuno in charge of Wild Pines. I think it'd be deserved, frankly. There's the tear. Fish. What are these doing in the fish? Wait, what? Franco-Nigerian cavalry boots? Hell yeah. The inexplicable perception buff. Oh, they look nice, actually. Good boots. Yeah, hell yeah. The planks creak beneath my weight. Fun. School of fish swimming in the kelp.
Hi, officer.
A woman in a raincoat stands on the quay. Considering an overturned boat, a sword in a scabbard hangs from her hip.
Anything I can help you with?
I've questions. What's your
My
name?
name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. What are the other ones?
Oh, I love the West Country accent she's got.
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Nice, yeah, nice sword. Does it come with a story?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly.
It is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why do you need intimidation tactics?
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Okay. Why don't more
What
women...
makes you think we haven't?
Fair.
The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
I have good news. I am the sorriest person
That
alive.
does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her. Show her the wonder.
What?
Coach means the expression.
Most people I've met
Why?
are scared.
No one wants to talk about how frightened they are. But only frightened people are really dangerous. And plenty of them are dangerous.
Can I borrow the sword?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check. You would put me in an early grave.
Fair.
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Where's your husband?
Gone. To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Oh.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty.
Oh no.
The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later.
Ooh.
Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, Know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
That is
She
fair.
really liked those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
It's healthy to let go. I mean, time really is the best cure for sorrow. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go here.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on.
Hey, Thurk, how you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her.
Fair.
She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Kim's presence makes it awkward. Don't know a good spot yet. Good lord. No aches to moan about. Your nose is sore, but that's self-inflicted. What have you done to yourself now?
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
Missing criminologist?
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
People who look for
Aha,
imaginary animals.
like snowmen.
I heard about
Two
these.
old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
The like?
Right. Not only snowmen, also green men, monkey men burning rhinos. You get the picture.
Oh, you're getting it. And it is gorgeous.
Where did they go?
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
You ordered new ear cleaners today. The fact that you've hurt your nose and that you start this story with the word ear cleaner does not reflect well on you. It came with a spot blackhead tool. Since you have a big scar on your nose, it's usually hard to get those. So the cleansing, Right. Okay.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Have you seen the idiot's jacket?
Remarkable. That one already lost everything else, and now his jacket too.
Nose did him in.
It's a good thing, too, that he has an actual police officer looking for it. Good old doom spiral. Upper management to the core.
That's odd. Is she actually impressed?
I don't really know why I do these things. Everything just happens to me.
Aye.
Someone
We all
bit your
feel that way
nose?
sometimes. Sometimes I wonder if I'm the protagonist, even in my own life story.
A gush of sadness suddenly washes over her.
Anyway, I looked near the fish market north of here on the boardwalk. Drunks are drawn to markets for some reason. Was there something else? Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
During the street? Oh, happened when you were 17. No, I've never noticed the big mouth-shaped scar on your nose. I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't think I pay that much attention to your face. Wait, what? No, seriously, I've never noticed this. He means he got in a fight.
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her.
Wood, pieces of glass.
Mm.
Every once in a while we see dead bodies.
Jeez.
Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once.
Oh, crikey. Your beautiful face weeps. You didn't even do anything. Dude was just way off on the... Oh, right.
Bottles, drugs
Jesus.
also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be mines. Mines. You need mines.
Let's walk down the beach. Why do you think I need mines? And plus, it looked like a Paradox Games logo.
Well, You're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch.
I have to learn that my impulses are bad. Yeah, it's true.
Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. Let's wander down this way. They're really bad. Let's act on them. Right, let's have a look at my... Inside you hear the cozy sound of a
The
heater.
door has seen better days.
Okay,
I'll
let's
wait
unlock it.
outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
I mean, there's room for two in the bed.
The key turns with a satisfying click.
Let's just see if there's anything in here. Oh, there's something in the box above the bed. Holy shit. The Koroyev jacket. For logic. Yeah, that's going straight on. Oh, yeah. Wave, see in the church. Oh, okay. Nice. Old science fiction magazines. We approve. Floorboards creak under my step.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap.
Hope
and
there's
next
not
to it,
IDS
a
jacket because
small
it's
hand
ours
mirror.
now.
A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Oh, I can try and shave the mutton chops.
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic.
What do we think?
You'll be looking
Keep-
like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy.
I'm disinclined. I know it's like macho bullshit aside. Want you to poll? Yeah, go for it. Intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth.
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum. The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
Nice.
What is this place to you?
My new hangout where I could silently sit, drink, and die. Forward base for the coastal part of the operation. Good enough. I could live here. Looks like this is my new home. I wonder how the old one went. I mean, for a studio apartment in a slightly dodgy area, it doesn't look too bad.
Waves crash onto the beach, drowning the reeds. Far to the south, a congregation gathers to a soup kitchen in a shelter for the homeless. An old woman gives out knitted scarves for free. This could have been you. This could still be you. A down-on-his-luck nobody, trying to survive.
Thank you, Strange Sensation, for a fair assessment of the current situation.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look under the floorboards.
Ooh. How? How I do? I can't click the floorboard's strange voice.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it.
What if... Oh, I got a level up. Don't want to unlock anything. I'm not too fussed about anything right now. I am going to put some stuff into... God, my savoir-faire is piss poor. In fact, that's the only thing that I'm really engaging with that I'm not getting a huge amount. Let's go. Let's level that up as much as we can. Just need a toilet. Yeah. Yes! Oh, you monsters. That is fair. Okay, we will do that. Is that... How do I look under the floorboards? Okay, we're gonna have to come back to this because I have no idea. You voted yes to balance and someone added to your madness. Okay, well, on your heads be it.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror.
Look at the
A
bed,
straight
maybe some
razor
bed. Ah, good
sits
point.
inside the wash basin.
Okay, this is there's a just shy of 50% chance that I kill myself.
Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
I hope this was the right decision.
Beneath the doubt sprouts a new vigor, like you've discarded some bad decisions. It feels as though you've passed through a ritual, emerged from cold water, even. The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional.
Okay. Seems positive.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see?
You have a shave in your haircut when you're feeling low, so you do relate. That's fair. I do like having a shave and a haircut, but I only ever get my beard trimmed.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down.
No time to rest yet. Oh, don't I look fancy? I would have. You reshaving your undercut. Yeah, I know. I love the was sensation. Depends how low you're feeling. An inch per day of sorrow.
Yes?
I shaved.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps,
You can tell me, Kim.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a better idea. They sort of seem to cover up some of the...
Oh no.
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
Nothing. I am just the saddest little meow meow. Okay, sure. Kim, you could have told us for a bear. Absolutely. Who are you, small child? You are
Hello, mister.
a young girl, 4 or 5 years old. Did you have a helmet?
She clutches a small stuffed animal.
No,
Occasionally,
gloves.
She twirls it around.
I heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
From experience with the fridge, he fears a bear. I mean, sometimes we want what we fear.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
The house next door?
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
Where are they now?
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
We are going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh.
Are Kuno and Kuno S the twins? No, there's two other 4 or 5 year old kids sitting outside playing with a rock. Lilien's twins.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle.
Are you Lilien's daughter?
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom?
Yeah, we met earlier.
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
What is this?
It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly broke.
Oh, okay.
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
Okay. Are the twins outside?
They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside.
Older siblings.
They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
They look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look identical.
God, that is such an accurately observed way of how kids take words in. Speaking from experience.
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Well, do I have a nice supportive chair for when you stream? And if so, would you recommend the model? I do have. I have an office chair. I don't have. I did research, and apparently, like the gaming chairs people buy are super expensive and kind of shit. So I just bought a moderately priced office chair off Amazon. I think it was like couple of hundred quid. Like, I wouldn't mind getting something truly fancy, but yeah, I like it. It's got back support. It has a nice curve to it. It's got like a mesh back, so like very good for not getting too sweaty. You have a bog standard gaming style one, that's fine, but you're looking for a little bit more lower spine comfort. Yeah, the one I have specifically has like a pad like that sits at the lower back just to give you back support. I will send you. I will look it up as to which one I got, and I will send you the details later if you want.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers, but you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
Bless.
Bye!
Okay, cool. That's the thing. Anything this way? No? Let's just... Oh, hello. Hello. I get up here? Really hot, like... Also, that makes less sense. I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm often at my most fuzzy when I've shaved. Water runs from the west, sources upstream, a broken pipe. I think also, like, you get a lot of, like, again, specifically as somebody who recently shaved their undercut, it's that lovely was feeling. Also, I feel like even after shaving, Harry is going to be somebody who permanently has, like, a 5 o'clock shadow. Oh, sandcastle.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network. The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. Nice. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Cool. Okay, so there's nothing up here. What's this? How do I even... Can we wear the gloves? I believe we can. Where's that pink blob? Oh, there it is. Come back here when it snows. A strange feeling. It passes quickly. I get up here. Again, it's really hard to identify, like, what is map edge versus what is... So I can't go back across this water, apparently. No, can I go up here? Apparently. I'm just trying to work out where the boundaries are. What the hell? Like, honestly, it seems weird, but it's actually kind of the most useful thing just to click around. Bench covered in rust. Is this... Oh, sorry, yeah, Kale, you are specifically clothes. We can. Ooh, and it's +2 interfacing. Oh, look at those boys. Look at those bad boys.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably.
Oh, I think we need to go have a chat with Measurehead.
Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
Okay, yeah, this is just protect me from harm.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you.
Yeah.
2. Are you sure you're correct there? There was a helmet too. 3 pieces more like. You were ambitious.
Punch the ice cream. You might actually be right.
It may be a while before you have all the pieces. In the meantime, you should analyze the armor. Figure out its vulnerabilities. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design.
That's a really good
For the day
idea.
you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Entry in interdit. Well, ticket booth no longer in operation. People paid money to park here. Take all that. Oh, there's so much cash here. Oh, possible. On Pipo. What even is that? Oh, it's a hat. I care not for this hat. Balin's the brand of clothes. I think it's just a popular sports brand from what I can tell. What are you?
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Why this many bullet holes?
Unable to piece together the big picture just now, there's a hole in their hypothesis.
Bal, give it a go. This works, Nike.
The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth, smiling its deadly smile.
We'll come back to this. Okay, I can't go out here. That's kind of the edge of the world. Why is there a boathouse this far away from the... Oh, is this more water? Yes, it is. Okay, fine. So, yeah. Sunglasses. Savoir-faire, less visual, less visual. Okay, meh. No boat in the boathouse today? You're the cryptozoologist, aren't you? Tiny cages. Yes. There's a door in that building, I am aware, but I'm going to kind of have a poke around the outskirts before.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
I can't see anything interesting.
You don't have a reason to. Yet.
Okay.
Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water.
Oh, these are old anti-landing spikes. Yeah, military blockades. Okay. Smelly logs smell of ignition fluid and they won't light. Okay, I just want to quickly go around the outside of the buildings and see if I can work out what the hell's going on. It was this way. Was there anything else this way? I don't know. I'm just going to quickly check this way, because if not, this is kind of the only way to go. Oh, no, there is a thing. Oh, there's quick travel in this game? Also, I wasn't just at the old church. Kick drum pulse. Music is coming from somewhere on the ice. I mean, this is definitely an old church. Yeah, true. I mean, to be fair, Kale, if these guys were going to give up at the first failure, they wouldn't be very good cryptozoologists. Not to give cryptozoologists too much credit, but you do have to credit them with a good amount of tenacity and commitment to the bit. The deposed hide treasure? Look inside. Oh, there's booze. Oh, apparently I just get to look through all of these posts and they just all contain stuff. It's not a huge amount of stuff, but why not? Oh, we can go out to the ice. Hole from the ice keeps the tent to rest. Oh, okay. Wait, can I kick this over?
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Okay.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Okay.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Kim, bless your heart. Oh, hello. Smells like sweat and laundry detergent. Doesn't trace of ether. Distilled water. Speaker, the useful live music. Nosefed Ultra.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Okay.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg!
He yells. The tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Okay, how many music venues have you organised?
We are many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
See, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Right.
For talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
I mean, I can probably help you. It's definitely cursed, but...
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. This place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
The church.
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads. Burnouts. Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that. In Revachol.
Okay.
Strike that! The world!
What is your accent?
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
Uh-huh.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
That's how one of your players shows gratitude? How?
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind?
The spooky kind.
What do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Like, he speaks like a tosser, but I don't hate his vibe. If he's being sincere and he just wants to make a dance club, like, sure, that seems pretty reasonable.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
Yeah, these guys actually seem like, I'm not seeing, like, given that everybody else has proven themselves to be an untrustworthy bellend over the last few days of exploration, these guys, if they're on the level, seem pretty chill.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that. Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Okay, I'll look into it.
All right, man.
Help Ravers start a nightclub. Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Okay, what's the status of the church?
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
Right. We've gone to a point where you suddenly seem to have imprisoned several people.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
Yeah, how long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe? I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Oh, God. So they're sincere, but they're fucking idiots.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
85% is not good enough when you're dealing with another person's physical well-being.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that.
What about the key?
Noid, give the officer the key. All right.
The speed freak dips into his belt and produces a yellow key. Then he makes a sudden cool infused move, tossing it in your direction, general direction. How? I'm not going to get this. Be the cool cop, catch the key as it flies towards you, let it fall to the ground, then pick it up like a normal adult person.
Noid watches you pick up the key with
Right.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Okay, who are the people in the
Truth
church?
is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
Hang
Well,
on.
there's also the machinery.
What?
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
Okay.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Unlocks the door, zombies inside, secret zombie ending.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was some thing.
Are you
in there with
Belgian?
us, watching us from the dark.
Dutch?
No.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Okay, how can you be sure they're burnouts and dope heads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
I had such high hopes for you, Andre.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Wow, you can't. But you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers.
Stop using statistics.
Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
Okay, tell me about the
You should talk to
machinery.
Lloyd about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations, where you can listen to people getting killed on, then jerk off to it. Sick shit.
Ugh.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff.
Oddly specific.
He appears sincere enough, sire. You could, of course, be wrong.
Okay, fair enough.
We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
Okay, thing watching
Like,
you.
You aren't alone, you know.
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man. Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
Yeah, exactly what like a crab doesn't.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures, and not known for climbing walls.
Are you sure there was a crab man? A cell is the girl, is the woman outside.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
That was a medium. Really, that was a medium difficulty logic check.
Sure. What?
Okay, let's just go into the.
That's a meteor and name for the founding party.
Let's go for the world building.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Tune me, Andre. What is the founding? Yeah, what do you mean by meteoron?
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
Meteo?
Meteo, a country on Muindi, on the Muindi Isla.
One of the poorest of the first world nations today, but once a great ancient civilization. Capital, Tilakos by Percentic.
So kind of like Greece.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation. And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the Innocentic system, no?
With this Asian religious organization who anoints the innocents want dance club. That sounds like exactly the kind of people who'd want loud dance music in their church. Yes.
You're right, they do.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance. Love is hardcore.
Unity! Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into
You
dance.
feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
I'm just going to enjoy the beat.
Feels good.
I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Yeah, you know what? I think they would absolutely be down. Also, it sounds like they're never going to come back here, so they're not really going to give a shit.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah, what's the deal with the tent?
Yes. What? Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled.
Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
I mean, legit.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Freaks are sweating here.
Doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
Oh, they're making drugs.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated.
No, they're just making a rave
not
club
under
to
the
sell
influence
drugs.
right now. At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this?
Experience as a police officer and experience as an addict.
The what now? Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
What the hell is a souffleur?
I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter, can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some?
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Okay, let's come back to this, because I'm hoping that the logic can be boosted. Souffleur is French for prompter. Ah, thank you.
As always, we'll be right.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Okay, let's, I'll
Yeah,
bite.
Gotta compare. See if we can align.
Okay, I'm just gonna go interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
Okay, tell me about the machines.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery.
Okay, that's interesting.
Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
And the
Nothing's
supernatural?
wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The
Fair.
sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
Okay, let's carry on with
Most
this.
of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Fair enough.
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric.
Oh, God.
It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes. Further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay. What's your deal?
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore!
Say no.
It's hardcore!
You're going to keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibber danger. I am the rearranger.
You are so high.
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Solve the
young
egghead
man
puzzle?
with the tape recorder acknowledges your return.
This is hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Still say nothing.
All-core! All right! Yes!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore! It is.
What is it? I mean, really.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking that
I am
too.
the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah.
Okay, let's
That
just
is the heavyweight. Hardcore!
say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say
Hardcore
nothing.
to the
Say
internally
nothing.
coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be. Yakokata is a hardcore place.
Okay.
Yekokata is an abbreviation from the Gradian term, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe.
What?
An agricultural megaproject in the extreme southeast of the Gradian Isola. It involved cutting-edge approaches to irrigation and a completely new type of fertilizer. An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth. Intermittent seas of phosphorus mud, ripped tarpaulin fluttering in the wind. A pair of molten rubber boots also comes to mind. All in all, a truly hardcore place.
Okay. Do I have anything that can boost logic? Your genuine question. Oh, I can actually put the stupid hat on and get more logic. Okay, that's good. Good to know. I think I might be wearing most of my logic. Oh, no, I can put... Well, actually, that's +2 logic. Less perception, but more logic. Okay, cool. We can work with that. Pretty sure... That's physique. That doesn't do much. Okay, let's have a chat to the woman outside. Hey, Kim, I'm going to go back in a second, but I'm going to chat to this lady first.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Estelle. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
You must be Estelle.
That's my name. I take it you have met the others. Did they tell you about the church and the club thing?
Yep.
Will you help us?
Sure.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
It's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you.
You should have a hat on.
So should you.
I should.
I don't know, some kind of a store? Maybe a general store? Look, man, fuck the hat. I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
Okay. So, you went in the church. What did you see?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
Try me.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Okay, go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail.
We're stalling you. What did he look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
Okay, I believe that's what you think you saw.
Why?
Yeah, what would you stand to gain?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
Tell me more about the other guys.
I haven't got much to say about them.
So something.
Of course I do.
We have a mesh tank top.
I
It's
just don't
true.
tell people about my friends and who they are and so on.
To the cops.
Fair. What about
Me?
you?
I'm a silver bird.
Fair enough.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but
Okay, what's the device?
this is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's that?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Okay, what am I supposed to do with this?
No idea.
How did it work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Oh, interesting.
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's that?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole.
Where is it?
It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds like a place for congregating homosexuals.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it sounds both
Guess you would
both
know
those
Van
things.
Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
Oh god, it's got worse.
I don't know what that means either.
Nor do I, but I have concrete evidence that I rock.
That's cool.
Time is
Sucks,
deserted.
man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
No.
Okay.
What are you doing out here?
Recording, I guess.
What are you recording?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Okay, what are they for?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together.
You're
They
sampling?
make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy.
Oh.
She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, you're cold.
Oh,
No,
bless
man,
you.
fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Born Andre's got planned.
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure. Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
And why is that?
Yeah, why are you out here?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room. Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff, like this tape recorder, but bigger.
Why not leave some outside?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really.
I mean, doesn't mean...
matter.
So
I
take
can
turns.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat. Go ahead.
Okay, tell me more about the music place.
It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Elysium. Except that, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just trying to get information. The next thing I'm doing is going to be the church, Kel. Don't worry.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
What is
you
that?
know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Oh, I've had a secret task, apparently.
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers, too. Anything...
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like. If it ever comes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm going to try this. It's a white check, so why not? Even odds.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover.
I feel like definitely... Next time I'm definitely going to put
tape
skill
rolling.
points into
Put the
empathy.
device back on the ice.
Okay, bye.
Right, let's see if I can get these guys to confess to making drugs.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
I don't have anything else. Oh, wait, no, I can... Hang on.
As always.
Wait. Stupid hat.
Hi again. So,
Oh, 58%.
A number of things don't add up.
There we go.
Let's take a look.
Hey, Hanzo, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well.
How about gather around, kids?
How am I enjoying the game? Oh my god, it's weird. I am a disaster. Okay, kids, now gather round.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when and where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. Before that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective. Sure.
But you still are.
Thank you for your kind roles. I was good enough in this job to be awarded the rank of Lieutenant Freighter. I could have been captain.
What happened?
I did. I happened to myself.
That's a real downer.
Now, obviously, that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there's still some detective left in me.
The young speed freak is silent. He senses something is wrong.
You're sober. Was it hard for you to keep sober into this meeting?
We don't need drugs to be hardcore.
Shut the fuck up, Egg.
Maybe not today, Egg, but you need drugs to get through the days when you're not expecting me.
Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock.
The voice acting is absolutely fantastic. Just no notes. Every character, like, I hate the characters I meant to hate. I like the characters I meant to like. It's real good.
What exactly is it you know?
This is the makings of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Where's his friend? Did
What
he lose
do you
his
mean,
friend? You only have one
It's
speaker.
a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic.
Oh, for
you wouldn't know
God's
the
sake.
first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Likely pseudoephedrine. Almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine.
Have you? I take it you've played the game before, Hanzo.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
There's no need for me to point on any more, is
No
there?
shit.
In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Preposterous?
I meant to say, not true.
Okay, what are we going to do with you?
What do you mean, do?
It's been recommended to you a few times. I think you'd vibe with it, man.
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
You tell me what's going on, and I'll work from there. I can be lenient.
What do you mean by lenient?
We'll see. Now
He
speak.
thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth, but closes it again. Then finally raises his hands.
Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revachol.
Because we are! We totally are!
Oh, Egghead, you poor sweet soul. You believe this mook.
We just got to turn it into a speed lab first.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, to get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are
No,
they?
man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
You know what? I'm down. No speed lab, just a club.
Yeah!
Egghead's on board.
I knew it. It's impossible now.
The egg approach.
No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for Nordic music with the Speed Lab. Now it has a fighting chance.
What?
There needs to be a club for Nordic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time.
I vibe with Egg way too much. Yeah, highly agree.
We need a win,
I still
Andre.
don't get his accent.
I promise this will be a win. We won't cook
Aside
speed
from
in
it being
there.
like
We'll do it true.
northwestern
We'll do it
European.
true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
This will be nothing.
Shut up,
You can
Shivers.
hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside, the last century waterfront development is crumbling in the wind, a grape-shot row of falling houses. And so is Rue de Saint-Jérôme and all the houses.
He's not
on
even
the
high,
road.
he's just like that.
The old
He's the
cinema
worst
sits
kind of straight
underneath
edge.
Villa Labos.
What?
Nothing. Let's call this incident crime prevention, but I have my own.
Okay. We'll try to do it without the drugs. We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but. I swear to God. Okay, Egg?
From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
I mean, I'll be honest, don't make it straight all the way. I think you would put off some of your clientele. Okay, what's the deal with
He's
Egg?
a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
How do you communicate
Well,
with him?
He's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him. Yeah, sometimes, when I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
Okay.
We're close.
Ooh.
True, hard, full, car. It's hardcore. Skibbity, skip.
Okay. That was a thing. Right, let's go let these people out of the church.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Okay, run my hand over a beam.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Okay, let's crack it open.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area, its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Where am I? Oh, I'm coming in through here, I guess? No, I'm over here. Okay, so there's a... You should walk here. Okay. The grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Okay, interesting. More of the forked lightning pattern. Some long-forgotten style. Interesting.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
There is a background noise.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums.
Oh.
It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
Wait, this place dulls sound?
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything? I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
What are these things on the ground?
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Whatever it is, it's definitely real.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him.
How are they going to make this a dance club? I mean, maybe this is why... I mean, Egg did mention there was, like, a deep silence. Again, I wonder if there's something going on that... Like, if this is some kind of weird tech setup...
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Okay, let's see. Try and see beyond the shadows. Nice. Okay. Yeah, look, there's something on the roof as well.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
Oh, there's movement.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Yes, the darkness...
Link, wait, what? Oh, hello.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Okay.
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Let's keep looking around first. Bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. I wonder if there's something that you can do whereby you... Oh, is that a jacket? It's a scarf. Step out of the circle. Yeah, sounds normal. Yes, you're right. The ringing's gone. Yeah, I think it's... I don't know what it is, but clearly there's some current being done that's, like, absorbing sound. Sorry, I will chat with this guy in a second, but I want to collect all the collectibles first. Oh, like those. Wait, hang on. Crabman? I'm gonna talk to the Crabman. Give me a sec. Complex equations that look recent. A portable Howman Wowsy. Possible it's recording something. You're just excited about him. I know. I feel bad that Daisy's not here. Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. Okay. Well, let's make sure not to be in... Yeah, it's specifically in here. You're absolutely right, Kale. Good spot.
The shadow is a man. A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently.
Yeah, let's be quiet for now.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry. Everything's gonna be all right. You come to the right place.
Is he a banger?
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamrock. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Revachol.
Right place for
Here
what?
you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
Okay.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I mean, Kim, he's hanging around in... He's illegally squatting in a church and clearly scaling the building dangerously. I feel this is actually... this genuinely is an instance where we might want to be present.
Hey, and what was that about? The bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
I guess I have a bit of a problem.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Yes, thank you, Kim.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
Okay. Yeah, I feel you have a point.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game?
Possibly.
'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it. I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams.
Not sure that's the thing we would want.
That I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Did you carve all the sculptures?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
Okay, we're going to be polite.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
Okay, what were you before you became cabman and wood
I was in
carver?
a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the whole new
That's
me.
not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother, that is.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
Okay, we're going to go
That's
Harry.
just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
Okay, so what are you doing
This
here?
is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there, a way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration.
Okay.
They circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Okay, so who's the mother of silence?
Oh, that's no simple question, I said. She is one who can be painted or
Oh, for
sculpted.
God's sake, come on.
She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
Okay, what's going to happen? She is a hole. God, Kale, pull back, pull back.
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
Tiago did not listen to the sage advice. Stay safe and try not to fall into any holes.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
You sure you did just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Okay, let's agree to disagree.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
I mean, singing's good. We should all sing a bit more.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart.
Okay.
You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
Okay, how did you find this
Hard
place?
to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
I mean, it's entirely possible the drug kids would get on with you.
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams.
You've been here a long
blending into the
time.
shadows.
You know why the church was banned?
Police raid a while back.
Fair.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
It looks like he truly doesn't remember. There's a vagueness to his sense of time.
Okay, what do you think about the ravers turning this place into a
The
nightclub?
ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
Do they have a reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny, and I don't harm no one anymore.
Okay, so what do you think about
Why
this?
not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go.
Silence Boy seems down with it.
Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Okay, so what's the other deal?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa.
Yeah, I think old lady.
No, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
There's another person living in the church, and it's a viejita.
No. I just call her viejita because of her
Oh,
clothes.
yeah.
She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Do you know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
You don't know when you both
Don't
live
really
here. You've both
follow
been
her
locked in here for a
conversation.
week.
Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Ese. You just have to wait until she comes back, or...
You know when she comes back? Okay, well... You know what? This is progress. Okay, let's have a quick shifty at this.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on. We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer. The Ream Prefect is the governmental version of the commonly used Ream Civic model. Although mostly based on the same technology, the Ream Prefect is equipped with better noise attenuation circuits.
Okay, that's interesting. Noise attenuation.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Anything to think?
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Okay.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
Okay, I looked inside the core. The tape just said log.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use. Maybe he knows something.
Oh, good point.
Received. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne. Now please repeat. Is this the personal log?
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, votre accident. As for me, Well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
On an island on the river Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with audio equipment. Thousands of tiny lights are reflected back from her prescription lenses, like stars in the dark.
I mean, sure, why not?
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Yeah, doesn't it get lonely?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk all day to people like you over a warm cup of tea.
Oh, that's actually very sweet.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me why you're calling, Votre Accident.
I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated,
What happens if I press
revealing
print?
nothing happens.
Okay, fine. Let's see. Tiago, what do you got for me, buddy? You watch this woman, you know about her.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Right. Have you by any chance heard the viejita say the password to her
Too
radio?
many times, essay.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Okay, sure.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it.
The little nihilist girl.
I think we're done here, essay.
That was, however.
Nor am I, Kim, but you know what? We're going to find out. There's a series of questions we can now ask the lady in the computer.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated.
Let's go.
The speaker comes to...
Good afternoon, Votre Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulin. Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Nope, this is fine, thank you.
Goodbye, Votre Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still... The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in.
Okay, this potentially gives us some access to logs on the other one as well.
The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Okay, let's read the second
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids.
Kim, we've met Kuno. Why would discussing narcotics scare away the kids?
Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
Then why doth the lieutenant protest against spending time here so often? 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would you need that?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, They're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked.
Rip, Kale.
I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup.
Oh.
The backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Is this what happened to the game company?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading. I think these people worked in the radio computer games business.
Hey!
The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder.
Oh.
Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
I wonder if that radio anomaly is what we heard when we called that one floor.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
And that's why Tiago hangs out way up high, is because he's basically found his own little isolation booth.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them.
Yeah,
No
sensory
ripples.
deprivation chamber, that's what I'm thinking of, thank you.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
But she's not actively aggressive.
A girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse.
Oh!
How Martinez of her.
And Anzo, thank you very much for the stretch. Oh, give myself. Yeah, it's literally us. That's me. I was the one who broke into that radio computer, and the storekeeper must be Plaisance.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading was interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
I mean, we wanted to find her anyway.
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Hi.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
I mean, mostly just being nosy.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're not just breaking in. I'm pursuing a mysterious lead.
You won't find any answers from here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Okay, I'm going to give you a second. I want to pop through here, see what's going on.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you, as if under a microscope.
Look up.
The woman looks down at you, standing there. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye. Of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
Okay. I mean, I guess it's compassion if it's a humanist concept.
That soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times as you stand in the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles, her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
And also with you, absolutely. Okay, let's try the high. How did I know this was the mother of humanism?
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
Okay, what's her
no
deal,
amount
though?
of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
And also with you.
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
Ruler?
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate an authentic rule should it coincide with our time.
Okay, so she's kind of like the Pope.
An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Or possibly like the Dalai Lama, like a reincarnation?
No, we are alone.
When did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
Okay, what else do I know about her?
You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed.
Where's this coming
from?
from?
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. No, you must know.
Okay, what else then?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess. sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man.
Mm-hmm.
A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman.
So, kind of idle rich.
She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze.
Contract Bridge is apparently a real game. Yeah, it's a rotation in contract. Yeah, it is a legitimate thing. Yeah, it's just Contract Bridge is the elongated form of bridge. Trick-taking game. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. I mean, I think unless I wouldn't have necessarily picked that up except the fact they mentioned chess specifically, whereas with other games they've kind of like given this universe's equivalent, whereas here they've just like used two real games.
She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
That is fair. I was thinking it was Contact Bridge as well.
It was on her advice that Irene Le Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history.
Why would she?
The DeLorean era.
Okay, wow.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
What?
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Riel Belt.
Okay,
as did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even faraway Supramuindi. Altogether, 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning. In a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
Okay.
Oh, she was insultingly beautiful. She was humanity's young mother, a perfect mother. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
Okay, then
One
what?
of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later.
Crikey.
A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
I mean, we've already established that by convention and religion, she was more than human. She was like a superhuman.
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes.
Interesting.
This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Okay.
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But
I like that but.
Terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
No, come on, we're going to lean into this. I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day. Constantly surrounded by her terriers, she was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state.
Oh.
And then there were the resettlement programs.
The what?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very like old school Pope.
Suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity.
Yeah, that is a term. It's weird that you kind of ended up with an almost religious secularism.
She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Fascinating.
This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
Yell war criminal.
Okay. It's just that you've been looking at that window for quite long now. And it's cold in here. This church, the coast in general, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in.
Okay, let me reconstruct the cracked glass.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them both.
Who shattered the mosaic?
Unknown. A motor carriage? A gunshot? Someone falling into it? Or maybe just hooligans looking for something to break.
Who's the older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says,
Ah.
Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, farriers, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
What does the motto say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
After life, death. After death, a new life.
And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Gree, I'm not sure. Grey. After the world, the grey. After the grey, the new world.
After life, death.
Oh, after the
death,
pale, fine.
Life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death. Could these words be the password that unlocks the filament memory?
Oh, we already found this.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however. It
Why?
was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
Okay, dare I ask?
Justice, union, prudence, and force. So do I.
Interesting.
The mother of humanism, Tower.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Setsa, they call them, the 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism?
I mean, probably.
A pang of guilt. The lieutenant is leaving something out.
You know, why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces.
Which might explain why there's a massive...
The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here. Well, your station was involved, I hear.
Diago mentioned it
Although
as
I
well,
can't be
yeah,
sure.
true.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
I should find out what I was doing, yeah.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten.
Is this where the guy locked himself after he killed his partner?
It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business.
I don't know
in
what you mean.
Martinez now. Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are Dolorian in origin. It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The Dolorian system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Ah. Okay, let's have a chat with you.
What is it?
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
The old lady implied the visiting cops argued, one killed the other, and the remaining locked himself in a bit. Oh, yes, true. Are you the lead program of Wirral Untethered by any
Yes.
chance?
Or, no, not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Okay, who are you and what are you doing
I
here?
am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
No. Yes. No, you're right. I'm not.
Okay, fair enough.
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Okay, so why do you need the
I
antenna?
use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
Okay, that's your radio computer.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay.
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Yeah, I don't really know anything about this world.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
What's on
On
air?
the front, the unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulindic region. It's all around us. That's what on air means.
Literal cloud computing.
Like love.
I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
Okay, cool. What are you doing?
I'm working.
The machine seemed almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
On what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
Okay, what about the balls of
They
water?
are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Yeah, isn't this computer made for government use?
So you do know something about computers. You're right. Prefect is used mostly by the government peeps.
Why do you have it?
Because I needed something good for my investigation, and RAIN Civic is widely agreed to be below all standards. So I had to upgrade. Besides, owning a RAIN prefect isn't such a big deal anymore.
No, actually, it is kind of a big deal. You don't see REAM prefects in every police department, for example.
Okay, so how did you get your hands on it?
I know a friend of a friend who used to freelance for the Coalition. I was actually aiming for the military-grade Revachol series, but couldn't find one.
Right, okay.
Prefect is mainly based on the same technology as RAIN Civic, so it's kind of a rip-off. But it does have better compatibility with newer antenna models, so I won't complain.
Okay, next question.
Great.
What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
I mean, there have been complaints from your neighbours.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Okay, and that's connected to the data loss in your journal.
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
So what does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
Valid.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
We have gone so far away from a murder case.
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
True.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence. To find out where
Who's
it begins.
investigating a murder case? Yes, this game goes weird, buddy.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
Would you believe I'm a cop? I'm investigating shit.
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
Okay, that's where
I
Tiago
know.
lives.
No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning, her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
Okay, why is research not
It's
going
just
well?
trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
Okay, I'm
Great.
still...
Thanks. The swallow, you mean?
Okay.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Okay, why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Okay, but how do you feel about a club?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
Aha, it is now.
Take a guess, why don't you?
You said it would be nice.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you?
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Yes, what is it?
Okay, so we can't do anything with that. What have we collected? Items. Oh, the grouse, right. Okay. Oh, we have level ups. You know what? I'm going to go for empathy. I seem to have got like a lot out of empathy. And drama, I think, is high enough right now. Also, I can't boost for that savoir-faire at all. Yeah, let's go for more empathy. Oh. Oh, I have unlocked the Kuno bullshit. That's watch. It's Friday night. It's fine. I do appreciate it, but yeah. I think, well, you know, I'll go a little while longer. Oh, I should... Oh, I should... Okay, somebody remind me I need to unlock something. Wait, what's causing me to lose visual calculus? This is okay. I might drop this. What do I need to unlock? I either need to forget or to unlock a new thing in my thought cabinet. I want to have a little bit more of a poke around just in this area. But then I will go to bed, don't worry. Hello, lads.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
I checked out the church.
And? What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh, man. Who is he? What did you think?
He's fine. He's very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah. Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about it?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
He told he genuinely said he wouldn't mind a nightclub.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I mean, I don't think he's going to give a damn.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I mean, yeah, she's an old lead programmer from a game.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
Yeah, she's not a fan.
Pity. That's my favourite thing in the world. And she doesn't like it at all.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
Yeah, she won't leave until her own project's
And
finished.
you can't just evict her?
No, we can come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her.
This feels so wholesome.
If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
Yeah, sorry,
Egghead
no.
cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I'm not going to throw her out, but I'll try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer. Huh?
Oh, we've got nothing there. Okay.
We're close. True. Hard. Full. Car.
Say nothing.
Car. Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural Gotwaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it. Or maybe it's not Gotwaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation?
This went well.
You know about him?
Holy shit. He moves his mouth, but sound doesn't come out.
You know Van Eyck?
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
The skinny wraith looks at you.
So am I. So am I.
Oh, is that why they call you Egghead? Because...
Oh.
Egghead to the mega. The K became the G. The boy became the man. The Advent?
Did I solve? Nope.
We're close. True. Hard. Hardcore. Yeah!
This young man, or maybe it's not.
The Y to the E to the A to the A to the... Yeah!
He missed one A.
I'm the hard rhymer, the track attacker, the mic enforcer, the We're close. True. Hardcore to the man. Here comes the nine.
Okay, that didn't help. I'm literally just gonna do... Is he Van Eyck? He might be.
Hardcore to the man. Internally coherent. All car. All. Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I think I'm also a party
Two on
boy.
a track. Watch your back. We're close. True.
Okay, I'm gonna keep doing this.
Hardcore to the mega. Here comes the nine. We're close. True.
Say nothing. Still say nothing. Still say
Internally
nothing.
coherent.
Still say nothing.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore.
Seriously, I'm a little worried it
The
isn't.
question is, what is the question?
Just answer the question.
There was no...
God damn it.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Yeah.
This young, or maybe it's.
The Y. Yeah.
He missed one.
It's nice to be important, but
It is
We're
important to be
close.
nice.
True. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata. It's the message, so listen and you will see. No illusion. We're close. True. Hardcore. Yeah.
This young, or
The Y. Yeah.
he missed.
I'm the hard rock. We're close. True. Hardcore to the internally coherent. All car. All right.
He furrows his.
Hardcore.
Is it though?
One mind, one spirit.
Okay, I feel this is not. It is brute force the egg, and it's not happening. I feel I've wasted so much time doing that. Can I reassure you?
Hello again.
Yeah, they tried to use me to set up a drug plan.
I
Drug
did,
lab.
and I'm sorry.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. Okay, but I still regret it. I should have been able to May I ask? What did you tell them?
Yeah, do what you will with your dance club plans, just no drug labs.
Thank you. I'll get them under wraps, I promise.
Okay, let's try this.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath you see a reel of tape rolling.
Okay, we're going to come back to this. What is... Hang on, I want to quickly look at this map. Where the hell am I? I'm here. Oh, I can go to the fisherman shacks really easy. Oh, I do have the... Okay, cool. So I guess I can go further up here in a few minutes.
Winter, slow to let go of Revachol. The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still.
Yeah, I think we're going to go to the fisherman shack.
Sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring. The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren...
I'm not interested in this.
Who knows when the snow will let up?
There was, up here, some kind of... Okay, I think this is the way to the boardwalk. What's this?
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome.
Okay, I will leave that for the time being. Let's quickly nip up here, because there's a guy and his kid up here. I thought this might have been the church. Oh no, this is also part of the boardwalk. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
Feld Electrical Research and Development.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Quickly grab out the pry bar. Oh. Always worth having a pry bar. Who are you guys?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son
How do you
about
know
this
us?
building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
Tiny, tiny, shy child.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into verbs lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor. Or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
Ah.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
Okay, what's fascinating the building?
But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Feld Electrical. And Feld, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Why would people not know this? It says Feld Research et Développement on the side.
Hold on. What's R&D?
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was
it
the
was
ace?
here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
What does that mean?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
And what happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Oh, right.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even a boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Okay, I'm going to come back
But
to
of
this.
course, what else? No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain? If anything, this was rather one-sided.
Yeah,
He
true.
did the talking. Whatever.
Very fair. Okay, we're going to come back to this. We'll go over to the Fisherman Shack, and we will then call it a day, I guess. See if Doom Spiral's jacket... Yeah, because this is probably like the old marketplace. This definitely has the vibe of a market. Do I have anything... Oh, no, this is bullet holes, isn't it?
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall,
Ah.
reaching from one corner to the other. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound, no movement.
Oh, interesting. This seems to be specifically portraying this as the Revacholian, the suzerain's militia against the communists. I would have thought it would be the other way around.
10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. Snowflakes fall on the wooden planks and the surrounding sand dunes, covering the land with the white of innocence. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting. a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one?
It can't be the whole point is they've made a big deal about the communists were not in uniform, or they had a much more informal uniform.
The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution.
I mean, fair. Maybe this is just because of the choices I've made. It's portraying this as the more moralist or royalist faction, and this is the...
Perhaps
others.
The ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Yeah.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
Oh.
Another likely scenario.
You mentioned coalition forces. Probably couldn't have been coalition forces because they won.
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant. The superior giving the orders.
A cold sea wind blows away the
Well, that was deeply depressing. Oh, this door is barred shut. Well, that's a little bit underwhelming. Well, you know what? We're gonna... Oh, no. Let me... Oh, God. Why we cannot fast travel around here? You know what? We're going to finish off by seeing if we can come to some small compromise with Suna the... we never talked to the cryptozoologist. I guess we'll do that next time. We're going to finish up this little pathway with Suna first, I think. I was going to work out why the hell I can't currently fast travel. You just remembered. Yeah, we'll get to them. Like, honestly, they seemed less of a high priority when we were dealing with the people who had been locked in at the church for a week. So apparently that had not in any way hindered Suna, I realise. Weird, I'm not sure why I couldn't... Diago seemed fine, yeah, he seemed pretty chill. Not sure what his, like, deal is, but... Well, I think he's, like, I'm not sure what his deal is with regards to, like, food and stuff. But, yeah, he seems to be fine. Hi, can I have a... Oh.
Hey, her Innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Liked holding little men between her fingers, remember?
Yeah?
You have the Headless Falcon Rider figurine. You should give it to her. Win her back.
Win who back? I can't win her back. She's a long-dead historical figure.
Don't be so pessimistic. Love doesn't die that easily.
Why is this reaction speed?
This isn't funny. You have a bad feeling about this one.
Okay, this is a task of mine now.
Very nifty. Nifty and mysterious. This is surely what the figurines are for.
Okay, we will come back to that. I feel like I don't want to do that in front of Kim.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
Hold on, you don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident. She gets back to work.
Okay, we have a pretty high chance on suggestion. Discuss FA with the date marker. Okay, sure, let's do this.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Okay, can I help?
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in the church next to Boom Boom anymore.
She thinks about it, a glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's off-site copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
Okay, what is that?
It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
Okay.
She's making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
A very good point.
This again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on-site.
Let's not be petty.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear?
Sure.
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Okay, and yeah, I've already been in there. Where exactly is it?
There's this giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. It's there.
Ah.
Don't worry, you can't miss the bear. It's hideous.
Okay. I found a note from the Ice Bear fridge, and it said the off-site copy had been moved to a safer place. Yeah, it's exactly where we put the body.
Wait, a note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
It said it had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. It was signed by someone as Sulislav.
Zawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Sulislav Zawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep, and the Valley of the Heads.
Okay, so we know what's in that fridge now.
Like it would have made a difference. The off-site copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into
Yeah, it's in the ice cream maker.
Millions of them.
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
Maybe let's not mention this. I found the ice cream maker, couldn't get it open, it's completely frozen.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means.
Okay, why?
Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil.
Well, don't be too harsh. It's only because of their socioeconomic situation.
Yes, but she literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my Reim Civic. I'm not making this up.
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic.
It does track.
So what I need you to do here is go have a talk with her, say that you're a policeman and need to get to the building's basement. Then bring me the off-site copy. All right? Thanks.
All right.
And here's my
Oh!
multi-tool.
Oversized pry bar.
To hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the off-site copy, then you can keep the Kvalsund.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund.
Okay. Well, that solved it then. Well, that's fucking huge. Holy shit, that is huge. Oh my god, that's comically large. Oh, we got... This is compensating for something. Ah, dear me. Right, that was ridiculous. That's going to be empathy as opposed to perception. Oh. And they are nice shoes. What does this do? That gives... No, I want the drama as opposed to the pain threshold. Like, maybe if I need perception, I will put this on, but... no, I am happy with the progress that we have made. I am happy... You know what? Next time, we are going to set up some ravers with their own personal nightclub using this comically huge thing. We're going to find some cryptozoologists. We're going to find out what the fuck is going on the boardwalk. And yeah, we're eventually going to buy the Dungeons and Dragons manual. Or what is it? We're Untethered, whatever it's called. So yeah. I noticed at no point in that did I mention the phrase, and also solve a murder. Because, hey, what can you do? Sometimes there's more interesting stuff going on in Martinez. I'm just going to quickly go and find someone to raid. Let me see. Who... That's the thing. There's not really anybody I regularly raid into on a Friday. You know what? Why not? I'm gonna run into Laura K. Buzz. I've enjoyed some of her stuff, so why the heck not? We will go and say hello. But yeah. This has been... we need to be realistic. I mean, I will try. Like, I don't know why this might be... You know, this is going to be some kind of weird sideway things. But also, everybody connected to the case has pretty clearly told us to fuck off. So, what can you do? Anyway, let's quickly do this raid if we can. Nice, we can. Excellent. Right, well, in that case, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure streaming for you tonight. This has been more Disco Elysium, and we have been learning more about the world, learning more about just a really weird niche of programming. We barely moved from where we started, but I've had a wonderful time trying to set up a nightclub for ravers. But yeah, I do hope you join me next week. I'm not sure exactly what order things are going to be. I think probably it's going to be Hollow Knight Tuesday and then Disco Elysium on Saturday. But I'm not entirely sure what my week's looking like right now. So we will play it by ear, and I hope you will join me. But in the meantime... Oh, my voice. I need to have a drink. Refreshing. There we go, that's a little bit clearer. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to pass you over to Laura. I've been Loxley, Satyr of Strategy, the Caprian Card Shark, the Board Game Goat. I do hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next week. Ta-ra!